Hello friends, today we are studying MCQs for CET exam preparation, subject Science Part 1, chapters 7 Lenses, 8 Metallurgy, 9 Carbon Compound and 10th Space Mission. Let's start the video. MCQs. Question. For alternative answer are given for each of the following sub-question. Choose the correct alternative and darken its circles. First, inside water and air bubble behaves dash. Options: A like a plate, B like a concave lens, C like a convex lens, and D like a concave mirror. The correct option is option B, like a concave lens. Second, dash represent the lens formula. Options: A 1 upon V plus 1 upon U is equal to 1 upon F. B 1 upon V plus minus 1 upon U is equal to 1 upon F. C 1 upon V plus 1 upon U is equal to 2 upon F. D 1 upon U minus 1 upon V is equal to 1 upon F. The correct option is option B, 1 upon V minus 1 upon U is equal to 1 upon F. Third, the power of the convex lens of focal length 25 cm is options: A plus 4.0D, B 0.25D, C minus 4.0D, D minus 0.4D. Correct option is option A, plus 4.0D. Fourth, a lens does produce any deviation of a ray of light passing through. Options: its center of curvature, B its optical center, C its participle focus, and D an axial point at distance to F from its center. Correct option is option second, B its optical center. Fifth, the image formed by the concave lens is always dash. Options: A virtual and erect, B real and erect, C virtual and inverted, D real and inverted. The correct option is option A, virtual and erect. Sixth, a convex lens forms a virtual image from image placed dash. Options: A infinity, B at a distance to F from the lenses, C at distance F from the lens, D between the participle focus and the optical center of the lens. The correct option is option D, between the principal focus and optical center of the lens. 7. When an object is placed at 2f1 of a convex lens, its image is formed dash. Options: A at f1, B at 2f2, C beyond 2f2, and D on the same side as the object. Correct option option B at 2f2. 8. To obtain any image of the same size as that of an object with the help of a convex lens, the object should be placed dash. Options: A at infinity, B beyond f1, C between f1 and 2f1, and D at 2f1. The correct option is option D at 2f1. 9th, when an object is placed between 0, O2 and f1 in the front of convex lens, the image found is dash. Options: A enlarged and erect, B diminished and erect, C real and enlarged, D diminished and inverted. The correct option is option A, enlarged and erect. 10th, when an object is placed at any finite distance from the concave lens, the image is formed dash. A between f1 and 2f1, B beyond 2f1, C at f1, and D between f1 and O on the same side as the object. Correct option is option D, between f1 and O on the same side as the object. 11. A student obtained a clear image of window grills of the screen, but teacher told him to get the image of tree far away instead of the window. To get a clear image, the lens must be dash. Options: A moved toward the screen, B moved always from the screen, C moved behind the screen, and D moved far away from the screen. The correct option is option A, moved toward the screen. 12. The image obtained while finding the focal length of convex lens is dash. Options A. Real and erect. B. Virtual and erect. C. Real and inverted. And D. Virtual and inverted. The correct option is option C. Real and inverted. 13. For the normal human eye, the near point is at dash centimeter. Options A 10, B 20, C 25, and D 30. The correct option is option C 25. 14th. Which of the following correctly represent the relation between the power and the lens and its focal length? Options A. Power 1 with focal length. B. Power focal length. C. Power image distance object distance. D. Power 1 focal length square. Correct option is option A. Power 1 focal length. 15th. What will be the power of concave lens of length 25 cm? Options A. Plus 4D. B. Minus 4D. C. Plus 0.4D. And D. Minus 0.4D. The correct option is option B. Minus 4D. 16th. Eye lens is a dash lens. Options A. Double convex. B. Convex concave. C. Double concave. And D. Plano convex. The correct option is option A. Double convex. 17th. What is the nature of the image formed by eye's lens? Options A. Real and inverted. B. Real and erect. C. Virtual and inverted. And D. Virtual and erect. The correct option is option A. Real and inverted. 18th. What is the screen of the eye's lens where the image of an object formed known as? Options A. Retina. B. Iris. C. Pupil. And D. Cornea. Correct option is option A. Retina. 19th. There are two lenses of power plus 2D plus minus and minus 3D. What will be the power of the combined lens? Options A. Plus 5D. B. Minus 5D. C. Minus 1D. And D. Plus 1D. Correct option is option C. Minus 1D. 20. The change of the focal length of the eyes to see object at a different distance is obtained by dash. Options A. Ciliary muscle. B. Iris. C. Pupil. And D. Retina. Correct option is option A. Ciliary muscles. Okay, let's start another chapter. MCQs. For alternative answer and given for each of the following sub-questions, the correct alternative and darken its circle. First, dash is a metal. Options A. Mg, Bs, Cp, and D. Br. The correct option is option A. Mg. Second, dash is a non-metal. Options A. Au, B. Hg, C. Br, and D. C. The correct option is option D. Option C. Br. 3. Dash is a metalloid. Options A. Aluminium, B. Antimony, C. Zinc, D. Mercury. Correct option is option B. Antimony. Fourth, metalloid have a properties of dash. Options A. Metals, B. Non-metals, C. Both metals and non-metals, D. Neither metals nor metals. The correct option is option C. Both metals and non-metals. Fifth, dash is a form on burning magnesium ribbon in the air. Options A. Mg, B. MgCl2, C. MgO, D. Mg bracket OH square OH2. Correct option is option C. MgO. Sixth, dash is a metal which liquid form ordinary temperature and pressure. Options A. Magnesium, B. Sodium, C. Scandium, D. Mercury. Correct option is option D. Mercury. Seventh, dash is an amphoteric oxide. Options A. Na2O, B. MgO, C. Al2O3, D. SO2. The correct option is option C. Al2O3. 8th, dash is an acidic oxide. Options A. Na2O, B. CO2, C. FeO3, and D. H2O. The correct option is option B. CO2. 9th, dash is an basic oxide. The correct option is option B. K2O. 10th, dash is an ore of aluminium? Options A. Cryolite, B. Bauxite, C. Hematite, and D. Aluminium. The correct option is option B. Bauxite. 11th. Bronze is an alloy of dash. Option A. Copper and tin, B. Copper and zinc, C. Copper and iron, D. Iron and nickel. The correct option is option A. Copper and tin. 12th. An alloy prepared from iron, carbon and chromium is known as dash. Options A. Brass, B. Bronze, C. Stainless steel, D. Amalgam. The correct option is option C. Stainless steel. 13th. Dash is used an anode during the electronic reduction of bauxite. Options A. Sulfur, B. Graphite, C. Platinum, and D. Aluminum. The correct option is option B. Graphite. 14th. Silver gets corroded due to dash in air. Options A. Oxygen, B. Hydrogen sulfide, C. Carbon dioxide, D. Nitrogen. The correct option is option B. Hydrogen sulfide. 15th. Dash is an hardest substance and has the highest melting at boiling point. Options A. Iodine, B. Sulfur, C. Diamond, D. Phosphorus. The correct option is option C. Diamond. 16th. Jewelry articles are gold plated dash. Options A. To prevent corrosion, B. To prevent rusting or the base metals, C. To make article attractive, D. All of these. The correct option is option D. All of these. 17th. To show zinc is more reactive than the copper, correct procedure is to dash. Options A. Prepare a copper sulfate solution and dip a zinc strip in it, B. Prepare a zinc sulfate solution and dip a copper strip in it, C. Heat together zinc and copper strips, D. Add dill nitric acid to both the strips. The correct option is option A. Prepare a copper sulfate solution and dip a zinc strip in it. 18th. Iron is dash. Options more reactive zinc, B. More reactive than aluminium, C. Less reactive than copper, D. Less reactive than aluminium. The correct option is option D. Less reactive than aluminium. 19th. What would be the correct order if Zn zinc, Fe, Al and Cu are arranged in increasing order of the reactivity? The options A. Cu, Fe, Zn, Al, B. Al, Cu, Fe, Zn, C. Zn, Al, Cu, Fe, D. Fe, Zn, Al, Cu. The correct option is option A. Cu, Fe, Zn, Al. 20th. Aluminium is extracted from its ore dash. Options A. Fe2O3, B. Al2O3, NH2O, C. ZnO, D. Cu2S. Correct option is option B. Al2O3, NH2O. Okay, let's start another chapter. MCQs. For alternative answer are given for each of the following sub-questions. Choose the correct alternative and darken its circle. First, the property of direct bonding between atoms and the same element to form a chain is called dash. Options A. Catenation, B. Isomerism, B. C. Dehydration, D. Polymerization. The correct option is option A. Catenation. Second, the molecular weight of two adjacent members in homologous series of alkane differ by dash units. Option A 16, B 20, C 14, D 12. The correct option is option C 14. C. Consecutive members of homologous series differ by dash group. Options A minus CH, B minus CH2, C minus CH3 and D minus CH4. The correct option is option B minus CH2. Fourth, dash is used to prepare carbon black. Options A methane, B ethane, C propane, D butane. The correct option is option A methane. Fifth, dash is the general formula of alkyne. Options A CnH2n, B CnH2n plus 2, C CnH2n minus 2 and D CnHn minus 2. The correct option is option A CnH2n. The reaction of the methane with the chlorine in the presence of sunlight is called dash. Options A. Pyrolysis. B. An elimination reaction. C. A substitution reaction. And D. An addition reaction. The correct option is option C. A substitution reaction. 7. The general formula of alkanes is dash. Options A. CnH2n. B. CnH2n plus 2. C. CnH2n minus 2. D. CnH2n minus 1. The correct option is option C. CnH2n minus 2. 8. The reaction of a dash with the ethanol is a fast reaction. Options A. Calcium. B. Magnesium. C. Sodium. D. Aluminum. The correct option is option C. Sodium. 9th. Ethylene has dash bond between the two carbon atoms. Options A. Single bond. B. Double bond. C. A triple. And D. A ionic. Correct option is option B. A double. 10th. The saturated hydrocarbons are those in which carbon's atom are linked by dash. Options A. Single bond. B. A double bond. And C. A triple bond. And D. An ionic bond. The correct option is option A. A single bond. 11. CH16 is dash. Options hexane. B. Octane. C. Methane. D. Heptane. The correct option is option D. Heptane. 12th. Carbon OH is called dash. Options A. Carbonic acid group. B. Aldehyde group. C. Ketonic group. And D. Alcohol group. The correct option is option A. Carboxylic acid group. 13th. The possible isomers for C5H12 are options A2, B4, C1, D3. The correct option is option 3. Option D 3. 14th. Contains alcoholic functional group. Options A, B, C, D and all of these. Correct option is option D, all of these. 15th. Oxygen molecule has dash bond between the two oxygen atoms. Options A, a double. B, a single. C, a triple. D, a ionic. Correct option is option A, a double. 16th. The some acetic acid is treated with the solid NaHCO3. The resulting solution will be dash. Options A, colorless. B, blue. C, green. D, yellow. The correct option is option A, colorless. 17th. The ethonic acid has a dash order. B. Options A, rotten egg. B, pungent. C, mild. D, vinegar like. The correct option is vinegar like. D. 18th. Acetic acid dash. Options A, returns a red litmus blue. B, has a pungent odor. C, is a red in color. D, is an odorless. The correct option is option B, has pungent odor. 19th. When acetic acid reacts with the sodium metal dash gas is formed. Options A, oxygen. B, hydrogen. C, chlorine. And D, nitrogen. The correct option is option B, hydrogen. 20th. The molecular formula of acetic acid ethonic acid is dash. Options A, HCOOH. B, H3COOH. C, C2H5COOH. D, C3H7COOH. Correct option is option B, CH3COOH. Okay, let's start the another chapter. MCQs. Question. For alternative answer are given for each questions. Following some question, choose the correct alternative and dark it circle. First, which one of the following is a low Earth orbit LEO satellite? Options A, navigational satellite. B, geostationary satellite. B, C, International Space Station. And D, all of the above. The correct option is option C, International Space Station. Second, which of the following satellite launcher is developed by India? Options A, INSAT. B, IRNSS. C, EDUSAT. And D, PSLV. The correct option is option D, PSLV. The minimum velocity of a spacecraft to escape the form of Earth gravitation force must be dash. Options A, 12 km per second. B, 11.2 km per second. C 1.2 km per second, D 0.112 km per second. The correct option is option B 11.2 km per second. Fourth, the astronomical object closest to use a dash in our galaxy. Options A Mars, B Venus, C Jupiter and D Moon. The correct option is option D Moon. Identify the correct formula for calculating the vertically velocity of satellite. Options A v is equal to in root gm upon r plus h. B vc is equal to gm upon r plus h. C vc is equal to gm upon in bracket r plus h square. D vc is equal to gm upon in root r plus h. The correct option is option A vc is equal to in root gm upon r plus h. Sixth, if the height of satellite orbit above the earth's surface is between 2000 km and 35,780 km, the orbit are called dash. Options A medium earth of orbit MEO, B low earth orbits LEO, C high earth orbit HEO and D none of these. The correct option is option A medium earth orbit MEO. 7. If the height of the satellite orbit above the surface is between 180 km and 2000 km, the orbit are called dash. Options A medium earth orbit MEO, B low earth orbit LEO, C high earth orbit HEO and D none of the above HEO. The correct option is option B low earth orbit LEO. 8. If the higher of satellite orbit above the earth's surface is greater than or equal to 35,780 km, the orbit is called options A medium earth orbits, B low earth orbits, C high earth orbits, D none of the above. The correct option is option C high earth orbit. 9th, write the proper name of the orbit of satellite shown in the given figure. Options A low earth orbit, B medium earth orbit, C high earth orbit, D equator. The correct option is option A low earth orbit. 10th, according to the one's estimation made in the 2016, there are about dash places option of length more than 1 centimeter revolving around the earth. Options A 2 crores, B 3 crores, 2 lakhs and C and D 1 crore. The correct option is option A 2 crores. 11th, to study the predictions of weather dash is used. Options A communication satellite, B weather satellite, C military satellite, D navigational satellite. The correct option is option B weather satellite. 12th, to establish a communication between a different location in the world through use the specific waves dash is used. Options A earth observation satellite, B communication satellite, C navigation satellite and D military satellite. Correct option is option B communication satellite. 13th, for telecasting of television programs dash is used. Options A weather satellite, B communication satellite, C broadcast satellite and D navigational satellite. The correct option is option C broadcast satellite. 14th, to fix the location of any place on the earth surface is termed of its very precise latitude and longitude. Option dash is used. Options A military satellite, B navigational satellite, C weather satellite and D broadcast satellite. The correct option is option B navigational satellite. 15th, to collect information for security aspect dash is used. Options A communication satellite, B military satellite, C broadcast satellite, D weather satellite. Correct option is option B military satellite. Through which of the following mission the presence of water on the moon surface was discovered? Options A Chandrayaan 1, B Luna 2, C Pioneer 1 and D Apollo. The correct option is option 1 Chandrayaan 1. 17th, the spacecraft Mangalyaan was placed into orbit around the Mars in dash. Options September 14, 2014, B November 2013, C September 2030 and D November 2014. The correct option is option A September 2014. 18th. In the year 1957, the first artificial satellite dish was sent to space by Soviet Union. Options A. Sputnik, B. Discovery, C. Luna 2, and D. Voyager. The correct option is option A. Sputnik. 19th. If the height of the orbit of a satellite from the Earth's surface is increased, the tangential velocity of the satellite will dash. Options A. Increase, B. Decrease, C. Not change, D. Varies randomly. The correct option is option B. Decreases. 20. The function of the satellite launch vehicle is based on the dash. Options A. Newton first law of motion, B. Newton second law of motion, C. Newton third law of motion, and D. Kepler's law. The correct option is option C. Newton's third law of motion. If this video is helpful and knowledgeable to you, so please like, share and subscribe the channel. Thank you so much.